looking to bounce back from the last time these two teams met. Rytas Vilnius suddenly red hot, and they want that winning streak to continue and trying to do the double over Peristeri tonight, having won convincingly by 25 points.
Long game tonight. It's all about rebounds. It's all about 50-50 balls. Every 50-50 ball is our ball. You're good players, you know how to play.
So when they met before, it was in Lithuania, and that was on November 1st, and I think the result really shocked everybody. 89-64 in favor of Rytas Vilnius, so Peristeri trying to turn things around tonight. Also in Group H, Lenovo Tenerife have already played Ofek Dist Herzliya, winning 83-63. So Lenovo Tenerife, the defending champions, looking formidable. Of course, when they visited Athens to take on Peristeri, they fell. So Peristeri, a different proposition at home. They come into this one win behind Lenovo Tenerife, so they could leapfrog them into first place tonight if they win. Herzliya and Vilnius, of course, in the fight for at least a second or third spot. Who knows? Maybe could go on to win it as well. Win this and go straight to the round of 16. If you finish second or third, you go into the play-in. And the play-in for the round of 16, as we remember last year, was something special. And in fact, Lenovo Tenerife went into the play-in and used it as a launch pad.
You had a great game against this team in the previous contest of the BCL. Do you believe that Lightning can strike twice?
Oh, it's gonna be absolutely different game. First of all, Peristeri wins at home. Also, they are playing at home. Also, they have Kaselakis and Agravanis. These two players add a lot of physicality for Peristeri team, you know, and the game will be much more harder in physical-wise. So it's gonna be a dogfight tonight.
And what will be the keys for Lietuvos in order to control the game and get the best possible outcome?
Oh, Peristeri team is very well balanced offensively. They have post-game, they have off-ball cuts, off-ball actions for the best shooters. Also, they have pick-and-roll players. So, you know, they are strong in every segment offensively. And defensively, we do know that they will press us full court all game long. So we need to be very smart also, to be very, how to say, strong with the ball and to fill the game plan.
Thank you very much. Best of luck.
Thank you.
So the Rytas Vilnius roster tonight: Margiris Normantis, Jarvis Williams, Tomas Lakunas, Kitis Radzabicius, Elvar Friedrichsen, Lukas Ulečkis, Evaldas Karis, Ehodas Foster, Machulis Varadi, and Simmons.
The only defeat for Peristeri in the BCL have come by Lietuvos. This is an extra motivation for your team and for you personally.
We have motivation in every game. It was a bad game with Rytas, away game. So now we want to respond and to show that we are a better team from this game.
What will be the keys for Peristeri? What you will have to do better in order to beat Rytas Vilnius and maybe take revenge for what happened game one?
Just to be more concentrated and to control the rhythm of the game and the rebounds.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So that last player I mentioned was Adis Simonis for the visitors. Rytas Vilnius for Peristeri: Shakir Justin, Mirabalan, Francisco, Jonas Fitros, Moraitis, Radonov, Polionitis, Denman, Kaselakis, Agravanis, Zougris, and Stavrakopoulos. And playing again for coach Spinoulis, Vasilius Spinoulis, who I'm sure could go out and drill some three-pointers if he wanted to in this game. Great interviewing by Thanasis Sesprilius, and well, good insight before the game. And we'll also get a look at the referees for this game. Always an honor to be doing the game of the week, and they're lining up here before the players are introduced. So let's just remember that Peristeri came into this a new plan, a new season, a new coach, new players, and boy, did they set the world on fire in their first two games of the Basketball Champions League. Anytime you can beat the defending champions, as they did against Lenovo Tenerife, they basically threw down the marker. They threw down the gauntlet to the rest of the competition. But as so many other teams have found over the years, you can be playing well, you can be hot, and you could travel to one of the basketball hotbeds of the world, Lithuania, on the wrong end of a big scoreline. And that's exactly what happened last time when these two teams met. Marcus Foster there, absolutely sensational in that game. Elvar Friedrichsen as well, the Icelandic international, came out and played very well, but it was a team effort. And that was one game. That was a different game. This is a new game. And now that Peristeri have faced Rytas Vilnius, they will be fully aware of their strengths. And what you want to do is take those strengths away and force Rytas Vilnius to go to their second and third options. So Peristeri come into this, I think, confident and ready to restore maybe their slightly battered reputation after falling by such a large margin, 25 points on the road. So you can see the coaches shaking hands at mid-court, and the players as well. And we're just under 5 minutes away from the opening tip, and it's been another exciting week in the Basketball Champions League, and right on cue, Sylvain Francisco flying in with that little dunk in the warm-up. One of the great young talents in this competition. It's kind of paved the way by playing in the Basketball Champions League last season with Baxi Manresa and getting all the way to the final. Paved the way for him to start becoming a member of that France national team setup. So he has come here to play for the legend Spanulis and to get some different, add something different to his game. And it certainly has not slowed him down at all. So the referees for tonight's game: Ademir Zarapovic, Alexander Glizic, and Vladimir Jevtovic from Bosnia and Herzegovina. You can see one of the most experienced referees in international basketball. So Francisco and Foster, the head-to-head matchup that we're highlighting before this game, and that is going to be a part of our coverage tonight, keeping you up to speed on them. Just disaster. So you can see Williams, Radzavicius, Friedrichsen, Foster, and Masulis in the starting five for Rytas Vilnius. Giedrius Žibenis, the head coach of Rytas Vilnius. And for Peristeri bwin, Rytas Denman, Agrivanis, who's just joined the team, all in the starting five. And again, Vasilis Spanoulis at the helm. And really looking as fit as ever. I guess once you become a pro and you have a long career like that, you have those great habits and you want to stay in shape even after you stop playing. Certainly looks like a man that can get up and down the floor and still play. Well, this will be the fourth game between these two teams. And also, you know, the history of the Basketball Champions League, and Sylvain Francisco, you can see he's had some big performances. And Rytas Vilnius have won just 2 of the last 10 road games in this competition. So they'll be hoping to have some better form away from home. Nikos Zisis and Theo Papaloukas. Papaloukas on the left, Zisis on the right. And I could be wrong, but I think that's Peter Antic here as well. Boy, it's like a meeting of the legends here tonight. I love it. Maybe they're planning a return, and they're going to play again. Who knows? Well, hello everybody, good evening. We're underway here, the game of the week between Peristeri and Rytas Vilnius. And an early whistle. So, foul called on Rytas Vilnius. Rytas Vilnius in the red tonight. And the foul on Friedrichsen, the Icelandic guard. Peristeri wearing the home yellow. Getting down low and scoring early the first 2 points, Kasalakis. Another of the Greek internationals is a part of this program. He's played in many a European qualifier over the years. And the runner from Foster off the front of the rim and backboard and stays out. Well, they want to exploit this again. Kasalakis takes it down, takes it deep, this time unsuccessfully. Friedrichsen. Well, Beeline, oh, still gets the pass inside, and what a play. And it's Jarvis Williams who finishes it off. Good, nifty pass here from Friedrichsen. His path to the basket was blocked, but now the turnover. Gives it back over to Rytas Vilnius. Again, remember, this is a red-hot team that has suddenly found some form in the past month. And I guess the international break didn't come at a good time for them, considering they were playing so well. But they don't want to lose their mojo. They've turned it back over. But they've won their last 5 games in domestic competition and Basketball Champions League combined, including the win over Peristeri. Here's Agrivanis turns, and the foul on Masiulis. So Rytas Masiulis, one of the Lithuanian internationals. We'll be hoping that he's in the squad when they play at the FIBA Basketball World Cup, just like this man, Agravanis, for Greece. Those are two very difficult national teams to make the rosters of. So Agravanis makes one of two. He joined Peristeri earlier this month. So it's still a little bit of an adjustment period, perhaps, although he is in the starting lineup. Now another bounce pass, and Williams, and now the turnover, and back over to Rytas. Fridriksson over to Rytas. Fridriksson penetrates, passes it back outside to Williams. Hey, he's just not a layup merchant. He's going to hit the jump shot. So Jarvis Williams off to a very fast start, 6 points. Miro Balan, meanwhile, backs his way down low and travels. So Peristeri trying to also have their way, getting it down low. Look at the feet, see if he travels. He did indeed. He moved the foot that he was allowed to move. Then he moved the pivot foot. So good look by the referee. Fridriksson brings it across midcourt. He's guarded by Kasalakis, or Rytas, excuse me. And this time it's a jump shot from Foster. And they certainly have an extra bounce in their step right now. Rytas Vilnius, you can see that they are a team that's in a good way. And you remember what Jabina said in the pregame. It's like, hey, you guys are good players. You know what to do. Let's go get them. And just grazing the net with the three-point shot was Dimitris Moraitis. Here's Foster looking to deliver another shot, this time a little bit long, and Bilan comes up with the basketball, and quickly Francisco passes it back outside. And the three-pointer is good from Kasalakis. So he's had a good start. You love to see players attack and then pass it back outside for that three-pointer. Elvar Fridriksson gets it right back. And we are off to a high-scoring start. I mean, it really is something else, isn't it, to see the likes of Zisis and Papaloukas here watching their former teammates, Spanulis, coach this Peristeri team. They're obviously very involved. Nice to see him transition from playing to coming out and being influential in other ways. Here, they don't want to stay away from the game, though, do they? They want to keep coming to the gym. Fridriksson gets down low. Brad Savage's shot clock down to 6. Oh, goes around Kasalakis, who reaches over, commits the foul. Well, Brad Savage just plays hard. I mean, he plays hard on both ends of the floor. And that was not good defense from Kasalakis. Elvar Fridriksson comes out, gets his first breather. And coming in for him is the Hungarian international Varadi, and look at that. Jarvis Williams continues to deliver. I mean, great bounce pass and the slam. Look at this. He elevates and throws it down. I mean, he's got 8 points, folks. He's going to have 9 if he completes this. Boy, Rytas Vilnius playing like a man possessed. Utterly sensational. Francisco spins, turns, back outside. Agravanis, hand in the face, and the long rebound to Kasilakis. Agravanis passes up to 3, wants to go in. Bilan stays with it. Varady not able to rebound it. The ball batted out, but a foul has been called. Well, Peristeri not taking no for an answer this time. They are not taking the jumper. They are taking it to the rim. And I tell you, that's not a bad foul. I think Varady will be frustrated that he didn't come up with that rebound. But remembering how this team, Rytas Vilnius, won the first encounter by 25 points, the psychology, you know, they must feel like right now this is their game to win. They're on the road. It doesn't matter. You can see the self-belief when you look in the eyes of Williams. And really, it's all about Peristeri raising their level right now, because Rytas Vilnius, they've got the wind in their sails. Varady calls the play. Masulis to Foster. Foster goes right, explodes high off the glass, and scores over Bilan. So back to a 10-point lead. Good dunk from Denman to Bilan, but he doesn't follow it up strongly, and I think he's going to come out after that miss. He's got to be able to put that one away. Radzavicius, Masulis, Varady, bounce pass. Masulis goes in. Oh, he tried to dunk it. It would have been a pretty nice dunk, but he didn't finish it. So now the foul at this end. So Varady called for the push on Agravanis. Bilan goes out, and Spanulis just a little bit hot under the collar right now. Agravanis again, getting in, laying it up, missing. Well, he had a shot. So Martinez Echeres grabs the rebound. He's in the game. And also, how about that? Normantas throws up the lob. Echeres gets in, puts it up, trying to get the foul, and he does. Not a bad player to have coming off the bench. Both of these guys. Normantas, of course, that was the lob to Williams. But look at Echeres. He's a real warrior. So timeout on the court. Rytas Vilnius having the better of the exchanges here early on, leading at 17-7.
Same set like that. Nothing changed. One-on-one rebound on the take. In offense, we don't go against the basket. We play like we are afraid. We don't move the ball. We don't play our basketball. Same set. You forget the play. Better timing. First offense after like this, set one immediately. Go. And after you play.
Hey,
move the ball.
Hey, listen. Every stagger I come off of, the point guard man jump to the ball.
Go,
I'm gonna pass back to him. We can shoot or attack and get that advantage.
The guard will get back the ball, make one step. Play fucking game.
Well, Spanulis might look like he has a calm exterior, but inside the rage is there. Quite easy to see. He was hot. Not happy with his team's approach at all. No execution of the offense. And we'll see if they can turn things around here. But again, I can't emphasize enough, this is a Rytas Vilnius team that has suddenly hit its stride, and it understands the significance of this game tonight in Athens. They're 1-2. If they get a win, they're 2-2, and they are firmly in the hunt for a top 3 spot to move on into that next phase of the competition, be it the play-in or maybe even winning the group and going straight to the round of 16. So Ehodas takes it up. It's their biggest lead of the game. Francisco. Alexa Radonov looked like he kind of stumbled there at the end, and they called the foul on Ehodas, which was, well, maybe a little bit harsh on him. So Radonov gets it to drop, played for Serbia in the last window for the FIBA Basketball World Cup, for the European qualifiers for the World Cup. Entry pass. Ehodas gets it back to Williams. And I'll tell you what, they are executing to perfection on their end. 21-10, Rytas Vilnius. And I like what they've done is you look at Francisco driving, and obviously every team, you know, you're going to attack teams in a different way, but they've just said, you know what, we're going to take it to the basket. Let's just don't settle for jump shots. Francisco trying to help Peristeri turn this around, makes the first. When Peristeri beat Lenovo Tenerife earlier this season, they looked potentially like the best team in this competition, and it just goes to show you how things can go off the boil, and it certainly has for this team ever since they went to Vilnius to play Rytas. So they're on the back foot right now, trailing by 9. Friedrichsen back in the game, gets it down low to Martinez Ehodas. And takes his time. What a soft release. Look at those Rytas Vilnius fans. Well, what better thing to do than to travel to Athens, soak up a little bit of history, some good food, and watch some good basketball. Their team's leading 23-12. Francisco into the paint, and the ball goes off the foot. Out of bounds. It'll stay at this end. 14 on the shot clock. So that was a good call. It definitely went off of Ivaldis Keres. Looks like Agravanis might have gotten away with a charge there. Ball goes out of bounds. Or not Agravanis. Excuse me. Or was it Agravanis? Yeah, it was. He could have been in the semicircle. I'd have to see it again. I think he pulled his hands back just in time. Three-point shot, not there for Radonov. Lechkas in the game for Rytas Vilnius. Bring it up the floor quickly. Friedrichsen facing some good defense from Poulianitis. Normantas, that was a little bit long. Francisco. And you can see what can happen if you miss that 3 and Peristeri get that long rebound. It triggers a fast break, and that's exactly what happened. I mean, Francisco is off to the races. Oh, Normantos saves it. Polianitis really dogging Normantos. He throws the lob. The ball batted back outside. Ulečkas. And suddenly Peristeri having to play, Rytas Vilnius having to play Peristeri's game. So the foul has been called. So they called the foul on Agravanis. Kaselakis back in the game. Bounce pass. And the layup. Well, that's going to infuriate Spanoulis to give that away to Ulečkas on the inbounds pass. Simply cannot happen. Peristeri a little bit lost defensively. Radonov gets down low, gets blocked. Terrific defense. And Fridriksson holds it up. About a 2-second differential, the game clock and the shot clock. Normantos. Polianitis guarding Fridriksson. Carey set to pick, but Fridriksson attempts the three. Ulečkas gets it back over to Fridriksson. Fridriksson missing from three-point range. Oh, and a foul has been called. No, was it on the shooter? Was it on the shot? Because if it is, it's 3 free throws. Yes, it is. They call the foul on Radonov, clipping the right foot of Elvar Fridriksson. Now, Peristeri are arguing that Fridriksson kind of put his right foot out there. And look at Zavinas. Oh, he's got to be pleased inside. He's like, boy, this is going well, isn't it? Let's don't change anything. So Fridriksson at the line makes the first. He had a great first encounter in that game, 18 points when they played earlier this month. I really like Ehodis. I mean, he could easily start, but he comes off the bench. He's not flashy. He is a hard worker, and his work really shines through. And in the Basketball Champions League, you have to have deep benches. It's not just good to have 7, 8 players. You need to be strong, 1 through 10. Any weakness can be exposed. And that is quite a finish to the first quarter. Great call. Great game for Rytas Vilnius. Peristeri in trouble early. It's Rytas Vilnius leading at 28-14. Well, look at the shooting for Rytas. 8 of 11 inside the arc, 2 of 6 from deep, and 6 of 6 at the free throw line. Well, what's really notable is points in the paint, 14. That's 2 of them right there from Jarvis Williams. I mean, from the very beginning, Rytas Vilnius said, we are going to attack the basket. And they attacked it over and over until Williams steps outside and hit that mid-range jump shot to kind of keep them honest. But overall, they just continue to attack down low. And the more you see that ball fall through the hoop, it even impacts you from outside. Marcus Foster drilling the three-pointer. And he said it after the last game, Marcus Foster. He said, you know what? We know we're a good team. We're just really figuring things out right now and playing well. We're confident, and clearly they have brought that confidence here to Athens. This is a pivotal game for Peristeri. They were brought back down to earth the first time they met in Vilnius. I mean, that was a beatdown. And trailing 28-14. Look at the Rytas Ultras. Wow. Since 1998. Normantas Friedrichsen, Ulečkas, Karius, and Echodas on the floor for Rytas Vilnius. And the ball almost knocked away and stolen by Poulianitis to get it back. And again, they try to get a layup. This time, one pass too many. And Francisco brings it to the other side of the court, and a foul called. Well, it feels like we're seeing a reaction right now. Shakur Justin in the game as well. Here he is going down low. Masulis, or Ulečkas, getting his hand on that pass. Francisco unsuccessful, but the long rebound chased down by Radonov. Francisco just inside the stripe, and you get some offensive rebounds and things can change in a hurry. Rytas Vilnius can't let those things escape them. Foster fades, puts it up and in. Boy, just scored. Great job going up against Stelios Poulianitis, rather, excuse me. Radonov to the corner, and three not good for Kasilakis. Another chance though for Radonov. Oh, he puts it up, but the foul before the shot. And it's been that kind of night. I mean, even when they make some shots, they blow the whistle before. But Alexander Glisic, the Serbian referee, one of the most experienced out there, makes the call, and it's a 14-point difference. Francisco, full meter behind the arc. Foster has his path cut off by Poulianitis. And it looked like he tried to call a timeout. Not over here, your coach has to call it. You can't call the timeout, Marcus Foster. It's got to be the coach. Step back, Francisco. A strong rebound from Echodas, and Francisco on the court holding his right ankle. That draws an irate response from the crowd. No, I mean, you can't be upset with Karius. That's good defense, getting the hand up. And I think the Peristeri fans, and perhaps the bench, because they gave up the 3 free throws at the end of the first quarter, feeling like they're not getting the same treatment. So keep an eye on Foster. He was kind of getting a little bit agitated by the defensive attention he was receiving from Poulianitis. Long shot not there, goes off of Radonov's hands, but Justin gets it. Now Francisco fouled right on the edge of the arc by Normantas. Rytas Vilnius not interested in letting Peristeri get their running game going. Now the coaches are going to talk, or the referees are going to be like, was he making a play on the ball? They might go look at this. So they might call him sportsmanlike if they feel like he wasn't playing the ball. Is he playing the ball? Francisco was the first person to ask for the unsportsmanlike. Well, they definitely have not gotten the rub of the green in terms of this type of situation. They might get this one. So they have indeed, they've called the unsportsmanlike. Well, I guess where there's smoke, there's fire, and they definitely felt like there was an unsportsmanlike in that situation, so they have put him on the line. So Normantas, the unsportsmanlike foul, and Peristeri pulled to within 13 points. Basketball goes the other way, so it wasn't a disastrous trip down the floor. Francisco made just one of the two free throws. And again, that's the kind of game that it's been, even when they have that opportunity. Peristeri not able to capitalize. You know, in that situation, you're looking to at least get the two free throws and maybe four, even a 5-point trip. Uleckas for three. Oh boy, they are feeling it right now, this team from Lithuania. 16-point advantage. It's like more of the same from what happened when they met earlier in November. Radonov, open, count it, he gets it right back. Uleckas, back to Varadi. The former Falco Sombote star misses. And Francisco quickly up to Radonov. He's left wide open, this time off the front of the iron. And a reach and a foul has been called. Poulianitis doing his disruptive best. I mean, he's not really playing the ball either. He's kind of sliding in front of him. But Shabina's not complaining. Varadi puts it up, misses. Offensive rebound. Williams can't get it to drop. Miro Bilan back in the game, comes down with a rebound. Good defense from Bilan. Radonov backs up on Foster. Nice soft jump hook, and now it's back to an 11-point deficit. So timeout on the court. Oh my goodness, look at that. The baby is in the house. What's better than that for that kid? He's got his milk and he's got the basketball. What more do you want? Let's listen in.
Number 7 made 1-3. More honest with him, okay? But still short closeout. Now, still no more fouls to give. Offensively, Bilan on the court, we need to attack him by thumb bump. So pass to 4, pass back, and attack with step back. If needed, if they're weak, of course, prepare the pick. We go to 2-man side, we cut from 45. And also, Marcus, you can initiate angle with a snake and also 45 cuts. Okay, Bilan on the court, we need to attack him. And angle.
Guys, they have a lot of fouls. They gotta play too hard now. Come on.
Let's go.
Vilnius.
Well, Peristeri winning this quarter 8-5, but the problem is they were down 14 at the end of the first, so still an 11-point deficit, and Rytas Vilnius have possession. Nevertheless, a long way to go in this second quarter. And Verratti missing. Hasn't really shot it well the times that I've seen him play this season. For Rytas Vilnius. Denman puts it up. Oh, he's hit and he makes the shot. Now, is it a 3? Was his foot behind the line? No, he's inside the arc, but he's fouled. I mean, that is just a bad play from Foster. You don't want to foul the jump shooter ever. Big opportunity though for Denman, and doesn't make it, but the offensive rebound on the missed free throw. And nothing aids a comeback better than 3-pointers and offensive rebounds. Here's Radonov for 3. Good! And that is a 5-point trip down the floor, and suddenly Rytas Vilnius have had their 16-point advantage trimmed to just 6. Savicius trying to get it to Williams. Saves it in bounds, but to Denman, and it triggers a break. Mirabilan turns and shares the basketball, and Akravanis will go to the line after the foul. So Verratti goes out, and Friedrichsen back in, and Verratti, it's a strange old thing. You look at the Peristeri fans, they're getting into it now. Here's Akravanis. I mean, Verratti, one of the best players at Falco Szombathely, Hungary International, but he comes into this game having scored just 2 points in the last game, shooting just 20% from the floor. Fredrickson, dangerous pass, and Agravanis, so they're going to call the foul. So trying to toughen up defensively here. Yeah, there's no doubt about that one. Rytas already over the limit. Peristeri, that was just their second team foul. Fredrickson into Williams, into the corner, Rytas. So they're taking away the game inside, and suddenly Rytas Vilnius do not look as formidable. Peristeri getting to grips with the game. So Williams called for the push, and Miro Bilan goes to the free throw line. Well, shooting free throws has not been a strength of Peristeri tonight. Just 7 of 12. They've missed 5, and those woes continue. Beeline came into this shooting 62%, 62.5% at the line, and he misses both. And there's nothing that'll stop a comeback more than missed free throws. And now the reach and the foul called on Radonov. Oh no, he got locked up. He locked up his arm. Kasilakis back in the game. You feel like this is a key moment in the game if Rytas can somehow, Rytas Vilnius, reestablish themselves and go to halftime with a healthy lead. Here's Fredrickson down low and the dunk. Oh, he misses a dunk, but then he follows it and puts it back up and in. Carries. Ivaldis carries, stayed with it. Oh, Denman swatted right at the rim. Terrific block. Rytas on the break. And the foul, and what a response from Rytas Vilnius. Karis, to his credit, that was the second missed dunk tonight. But then he goes to the other end and gets the block. So nice sequence from Ivaldis Karis. Yes, he misses the dunk, but he stays with it. He gets the 2 points, and then he goes to the other end and goes up and swats Marcus Denman.
No blue. All flag on the ball. No blue.
Then get to the rebound, guys. Everybody on the rebound. We let the ball and we go.
Look open. Fish 5. Fish 5. You take 5. Relax. 1, 3. Head off. 5. Immediately go to 2 and inside. They are in bonus. Go to take fouls now. Go strong. After we play double fist. Hey. We come back to 5. Don't give the game. It's 3 minutes. Give everything.
Let's go. Έλα, 2-3.
Well, we've certainly seen a somewhat frustrated and upset Peristeri bwin tonight. And he's fired up and the competitive juices are flowing and he probably wants to get out there and play himself. But he has to settle for the seat on the bench and settle for the tactics. Now look at this. So the reach and the foul. Rytas. And now he misses a free throw. Wow. What's happened to the free throw shooting? Oh, and the follow. Nobody boxes out. And Valdes Carries has had the best minute of his season. Incredible. Offensive rebound and putback and takes it back to an 11-point advantage. Three-point shot. Oh, boy, that was quality from Valdes. 2.5 minutes to go. Fredriksson back in the game, and nobody picks him up for Peristeri. Just takes it all the way. The man from Reykjavik. Such a crucial, critical juncture in this game right now. You feel like Rytas playing better basketball, back where they want to be, but all it takes is a couple of, giving away an offensive rebound, missing some free throws, and all of a sudden Rytas Vilnius capitalized. So this time Miro Bilan, the Croatian center, takes his time and makes the first. But misses the second, but here's the offensive rebound. So if they get 3 or 4 points on this trip, they'll be happy, and they will not, because the pass intended from Rytas to go to Bilan. Throws it out of bounds. Because Spanolis takes him out. Oh, good defense, almost getting the steal. They do. They force the turnover. Too much dribbling from Falster. And now Peristeri fumbling out of bounds. Denman. So both teams making mistakes. But Rytas Vilnius a little suspect with their ball handling. A little bit out of control. Look at Fredriksson. That time he picks it up, gets it to Falster. Now they whip it down low. Little jump hook is good. Rytas, the Warrior, takes it up to a 9-point lead. Denman drives in. Oh, boy, that was a tough finish. Fredriksson bumped by Francisco. So they are over the limit, and that will put Fredriksson on the free throw line. So if a player can shoot free throws, it's a lousy foul. But if he makes just one or misses both, hey, maybe it's not a bad foul at all. Let's see what happens. Oh, sure doesn't look like a good foul now. Fredriksson makes the first. Wasn't a terrible foul, and made one of two. Back to an 8-point lead, though, for Rytas Vilnius. Francisco rattles out. Bilan, though, keeps it alive. Oh, and a foul. See if yeah, probably a tough call on Miro Bilan. So Radzavicius goes to the line. That's what happens. I mean, these things even out over the course of the game, these calls, so you can't fret about them. But the problem that Peristeri have is they had such a bad start, and they allowed Rytas Vilnius to kind of establish the rhythm of the game, the flow of the game in that, this first half. They're playing catch up now. And he does indeed make both free throws. Normantas comes back into the game. Foster goes out. Foster not making quite the same impact in this game that he did in the other one. Francisco goes down. Oh, that's going to be a charge. And Agravanis, was he outside the semicircle? That's the question. Watch this. He was definitely outside, and the question is then, was he established? And yeah, it looks like they got it right. Third foul on Agravanis, and he's aggravated Agravanis after that call. Verratti back in the game. The pick. Ooh, tough pass. Ehodas on the baseline. Shot clock winding down. Ehodas goes to work. Goodness gracious. But they're going to call a turnover. Travel. I like that approach from Ehodas. No, he stepped out of bounds is what it was. Final 30 seconds of the first half. And free throws now coming for Peristeri. And Bilan goes back to the place where he's had some misery in this game. He's 2 for 6 at the charity stripe. Timeout. Well, the best thing you could say for those fans is they've got the nice seats. At least they're comfortable. But if they're Peristeri fans, they're not very comfortable watching this performance. Their team is trailing. And Miro Balan, again, just 2 of 6 at the free throw line today. He came in shooting just over 62% at the charity stripe and takes his time and makes that one. And the second one is good as well. The handoff, falling down, Foster. Then he hands it off. Oh, it's an easy 2 points. And Foster really has not been anywhere nearly as impactful in a positive sense tonight as he was in the first game. And now, a turnover. Nope, Denman doesn't get it his way. They can't look at it. Oh, maybe he's going to challenge it. So they are going to look at it and head coach challenge. Now this will be interesting. It looks like he goes off of Rytas Vilnius. Oh, maybe not. Maybe Denman didn't get it there. They're going to have to slow it down. It may have gone off of Rytas, but certainly doesn't look conclusive to me. Let's see. So indeed, the successful head coach challenge. And again, just when it seemed Peristeri were moving in the wrong direction, they've kind of rallied here with their defense and now have a chance to pull to within 4, maybe even 3 points. And Rytas Vilnius not doing a good job of beating pressure in the backcourt. Francisco gets it to Denman. So they'll try to hold it for the last shot. Francisco, this is the guy you got to watch. He's going to let it fly. He does. It looks good, and it was short. So it'll finish with Rytas Vilnius on top by 6 points here at halftime. Well, one more 3 for Peristeri. The free throws, a lot of drops, a lot of misses.
Around before the end of the first half. What you should continue to do?
We received too many points, so we need to change our approach in the second half in defense if we want to win this game.
You scored already 11 points. Can't you continue like that? Because you need to improve on both ends of the floor.
We play team game, so everybody can score. I scored in first half.
Good start in the game, setting the tone early. Can't you continue like that in the second half?
For sure. Because that's what I do for the team. I come in, bring energy, try to get stops on defense, and just try to give my teammates as much as encouragement as they need to make stops and score the ball on offense.
The game has already turned into a dogfight. Do you believe that you can calm down, focus, and control the tempo like you did in the first quarter?
Absolutely. I got 100% belief in my teammates that they'll come out and we'll refocus after the halftime and try to have a good start like we did in the first half to start the third and fourth quarters.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Alexa, you started the game badly, but you managed to turn things around before the end of the first half. What you should continue to do?
We received too many points, so we need to change our approach in the second half in defense if we want to win this game.
You scored already 11 points. Can you continue like that because you need to improve on both ends of the floor?
We play team game, so everybody can score. I scored in first half, maybe somebody scored in second half, so we'll continue like that to win this game.
Thank you very much.
Well, here's a look back at the highlights. And again, Rytas Vilnius did have that very fast start as Peristeri defensively struggled to contain that interior passing game, that extra pass they were making. They were getting layup after layup. And then some shots started to fall as well. But it does feel like Peristeri found their way back, only down by 6 points. They'll be happy with that. And as so often is the case, you know, we'll see that opening 3 to 5 minutes of the second half, who's going to come out and really throw down the gauntlet, because that can be a determining spell in the game. I don't think Peristeri want to have to come back from another big double-digit deficit. Meanwhile, how would Rytas Vilnius react if they should fall behind in that third quarter? So it really is the pivotal time in the game. What kind of changes, if any, will Rytas Vilnius make? I mean, they've had some outstanding play from the likes of Valdas Karius. Sorry, let's get score there. But you got to be able to do it over 40 minutes. And it feels like they need Marcus Foster to really step up. In that first half, he struggled by his lofty standards. He had 3 turnovers to go with his 1 assist. He did have a steal, but shot just 3 of 7 from the floor, 7 points. But anybody that knows Marcus Foster will take it personally. He'll try to come back out and get it done. This is the sequence where he missed a dunk, but he stayed with it and scored. And then he came down and got a block. And then he went to the other end and had another 2 points. Ehudis with that soft jump shot. He's got 6 points. Friedrichsen has 9 in just under 11 minutes. That was a bad turnover right there. Well, Rytas Vilnius got to go in early and often, and that's why he's got 11 points as the leading scorer for Rytas Vilnius at halftime. So they'll be hoping more Rytas Vilnius from Rytas Vilnius. Radonov, meanwhile, coming off the bench and leading his team in scoring with 11 points. And 9.5 minutes on the floor. He's 2 of 4 from three-point range. 2 of 3 inside the arc. So at halftime, 44-38, Rytas Vilnius on top of Peristeri. We'll be right back.
Getting no joy. Marcel still has it, and he did well.
action inside, and what an option. Peristeri back on. Couldn't quite score last time, and he went to block that time. He did it. He fouled. Falco double their lead, and it could get higher.
Know how to work their way out of a difficult situation. Ragland and Green combining, but no joy on this occasion. Easy points for Galatasaray. They lead by 8.
Don't look strong offensively right now. Anim steps back. Reavers for 3. Wow, how good has he been from three-point range? That is clutch. That is big time from Reavers.
Will it be finished? No, it won't, because that's a fantastic piece of defense. And now he's on the offense. Morgan set it up, and it was dropped in. Transfer from Morgan.
.44-38 in the Basketball Champions League, and it has been some battle that's been put up by Rytas Vilnius on the road, trying to do the double over Peristeri after winning the first game by 25 points. They went up by 16 points in this game, but to Peristeri's credit, they battled back and closed the gap to 6 at halftime. Now, Peristeri, I think they had themselves to blame, really a slow start defensively in that first half, and they were Rytas Vilnius well prepared, attacking the basket, getting good shots, and slowly but surely things started to turn for Peristeri, but a lot of work to do. Crucial game when you consider that Peristeri 2-1 in the Basketball Champions League, and Rytas Vilnius 1-2. And only the top 3 teams obviously stay alive in the competition after the group phase. You don't want to finish 4th. If you finish 4th, you've got no chance. And coming into this game in this group, the significance was that Herzliya, having lost last night, are 1-3. So if Rytas Vilnius can somehow, some way get a win tonight, they and Peristeri would each be 2-2, and Rytas Vilnius would move into 2nd place by virtue of their superior head-to-head.
You managed to cut the lead to 6 points. What else do you need to do in the second half in order to be more competitive?
We had a problem in the first quarter with rebounds and with transition defense. We managed in second quarter to play better. and to pick up all the rebounds that we have taken. And if we continue like this with aggressivity and energy, we're not going to have problems in the second half.
Do you feel that it's also a matter of concentration?
It's everything about concentration, it's everything about the energy and the willingness, how much you want to win this game. That is very important for us.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
You said before the game that you expected Peristeri to be really physical, but did you expect such a physicality in the first half of the game?
Oh yes, we expected. We knew it from November 1st that it's gonna be like that game, and nothing new. We just need to be much more solid with the ball. We are panicking in a situation without reason. I mean, we need to be more solid with the ball, and because Peristeri now scoring actually basically from our turnovers and from some crazy over-helping from the guys. So, you know, we need to be much more mature on that.
You still control the board. Do you believe that you can continue like this and control the tempo of the game?
Oh, I think it's going to be one possession game. The team who will win rebounds, the team will win the game.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Well, there you heard it, the assistant from Peristeri and the coach from Rytas Vilnius, and the emphasis on the rebounding. Williams scored, didn't give any rebounds, but he described himself going off the court before halftime as a high-energy player. He understands what his role is in this team. And yeah, I mean, the rebounding is going to be key, but so is the shot making. And Rytas Vilnius are going to need some points from the perimeter, you feel like, in this second half from Foster and Fredriksson. Peristeri, meanwhile, let's see if they can pick up where they left off in the second quarter. Playing with the requisite intensity. They dump it down low, and Shakur Justin goes up and scores. Good start for the Greeks. Now quick, and the turnover, they're going to be punished as Denman goes in for the layup. And it was exactly what Jabinas was talking about, being careless with the basketball, leading to turnovers and points. And it might be the biggest weakness of this Rytas Vilnius team, turning it over. Here's Jarvis Williams in terms of, oh boy, nothing makes up for mistakes, though, like three-point shots, and Gytis Masiulis just drills it. But the backcourt, in terms of its ball handling and its, you know, pure point guard, I'm not sure we see it out here for this Rytas Vilnius team. Ball thrown into Sylvain Francisco. Radonov hands it off. Over to Francisco for three. Good! Nothing but the bottom of the net for Francisco. Fredriksson has it knocked away. Case in point right there. Careless with the basketball, leads to a break. Francisco, oh, the pass just by chasing Rytas Vilnius player that got his hand on it. Denman looks to inbound the basketball. He gets it in easily to Kaselakis. Radinoff. Denman. And now Fredrickson hustles the other way and gets it up and in. Excellent work, excellent job. I think it was Masulis with the rebound that tapped it over to Fredrickson, and he was off to the races. So it was indeed, it was Masulis. Now Denman for three, looks good. Nope, a little bit short. And it's going to go to, it's going to stay at this end. Well, that was definitely 50-50. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Those things even out over the course of the game. Here's Radinoff backing down. And, he had the shot. He knows it. He should have taken it. But he tried to pass it. Francisco Fredrickson with Francisco lurking. Now they switch. Kaselakis trying to guard him. Fredrickson puts it up, and there is the tip. And maybe Zabinas was right. It's going to be rebounding that decides this game. Williams goes up for another 2 points. He's got 13. Francisco at the other end. And the long rebound goes to Shakur Justin. Kaselakis for three. Oh, it rims out. And then Radinoff gets the offensive rebound. Well, it was just good rebounding from Radinoff to take that. Williams wasn't like he was standing around watching. He was trying to battle. Francisco shaking and baking. Passes it back to Denman. Stops and shot clock violation. Masulis for three, and flying in for the rebound, Ratsavicius. Ooh, tough dribble, Foster. They're guarding him. Oh, he puts it up. Oh, but they could have called the jump ball before. And it's going to stay at this end. Great defense collapsing on Foster. He's eager to get into it in terms of his scoring, but sometimes he's got to pass it. And good block from behind Radinoff. Nope, a foul called by Zarapovic, the referee from Bosnia and Herzegovina. Yes. He got all ball, but he also had his hands on Ratsavicius. And Ratsavicius makes both, and the Rytas Vilnius fans thinking maybe, just maybe, we will do the double. We're still up by 8 points, 4 minutes into the second half. And going the other way, Denman went for the dunk and he missed it. Now the other way, it's Foster and the lob. And Williams has it blocked away. Fredrickson gets it back in bounds, and it's Denman again. Radinoff puts it up and scores with the reverse. Look at this. Shakur Juiceson not expecting to hear the whistle blow. And you can see that Spanoulis is frustrated because he wants his team defensively to turn it up a notch. He wants them to be like white on rice. But the ref's calling it a little tight in his viewpoint. Masoulis again for three, and not this time. Radanoff with the rebound. Radanoff from downtown. Ratsavicius to Friedrichsen. Calls the play. Ratsavicius comes, and Ehildis and Radanoff kind of collide, and Radanoff is called for another foul. So Radanoff got tangled up as he was running around the pick, and he's got 4 fouls. So he has to sit down. Foster, now he starts to wake up. Marcus Foster, he's got 8 points, or he's got the lead up to 8. He has 9 himself. Francisco explodes, and the foul has been called. Ehildis with the contact. Boy, if Denman had been able to make that dunk, that would have been the play of the week, but he missed it. We've had like 3 missed dunks tonight. Francisco gets the first one to drop. So both free throws for Francisco in the game of the week, taking it back to a 6-point deficit. Friedrichsen held on to it too long. Now Gravanas checks back into the game as well. Miro Balan. Good job by Miro Balan. I mean, you could see that Friedrichsen was trying to get rid of it, but he probably held on to it a little bit too long. So Verratti is going to get some instructions from the coach. Big minutes from Benedict Verratti. How is he going to perform in this crunch situation? Oh boy, more missed free throws for Peristeri. It has been a nightmare at the free throw line. Pass outside, and foul called before Ulečkas let it fly. I'm looking forward to seeing Evaldis Karis come back into the game. He had such a good first half. He only had 2 points, but 3 rebounds. We'll go to the line, Polianitis. So Normantas comes in for Ratsavicius. Ratsavicius has been really quiet offensively. 6 points. Marcus Foster is, I think, clearly the player in this Rytas Vilnius team that needs to really pick up the scoring in this second half. He's got 10. He had 7 at halftime. 1 of 2. They've shot it pretty well at the free throw line tonight. Now they're 12 of 16. Three-pointer. And good box out by Masoulis. Verratti gets it back to Ehudis. Steps back, the air ball. So that's just missing that. Here's a three from Verratti, banks it in. Well, was he trying to use the glass? Or was it the basketball god smiling on Benedict Verratti? Denman has to put it up right at the end of the shot clock. Not a good offensive possession. And the foul has been called on Agravanis. That'll be number 4. Well, if we were looking for a reaction from Peristeri here in the second half, we haven't seen it so far. This game has an all-hands-on-deck type feel for Rytas Vilnius. I mean, you would think that it would be Marcus Foster or Friedrichsen would be the difference makers in this game, but really it's everybody contributing, taking it up to a 10-point lead. Three-pointer, and the frustration continues for Peristeri. Now Normantas. And with Rytas Vilnius, you want to see him go down low, get something with Ehudis perhaps. Defense being picked up here by Peristeri. Uleckas fouled out on the perimeter by Francisco. So timeout a little.
Make a pass back, extra pass.
Make one pass back, rotate the ball, one pass shot.
Hey, let's go to the bench now, come on. Let's have a team.
Chest, okay? Attack, there will be bonus, one ball in it. Chest, where do you need the ball? From this side.
Chest, right?
Right.
Well, we've definitely learned that Vasilis Spanoulis has a very deep voice when he is angry, because we have heard it a lot tonight. And you can't help but you have to go back at the very beginning of the game, and Rytas Vilnius, they were ready. They were prepared. They knew exactly what they wanted. They were able to build a lead. And then in those tough moments, they've been able to withstand the surge from Peristeri. I mean, this thing has a long way to go, but Rytas Vilnius are looking right now like just a team that believes in its chances. As long as it works hard, things are going to work out. And Uleckas, and it has to be a good feeling for the coach as well. Look at this, the offensive rebound and putback. Are you kidding me? Karras, the unsung hero tonight. Unbelievable. That takes it back to a 13-point lead. Normantas with the foul. That's the 4th team foul. So Katsilakis comes out. Karras trying to guard Denman. Denman blows by him, and then Karras gets the block, but a foul. Oh, no. They have not. Well, great block by Karras. He has been on the highlight reel tonight for what he's done. Unbelievable. 2 blocks. The offensive rebound and put back on the missed free throw. He missed the dunk, but he stayed with it. Oh, and now the foul called on Poulianitis. Or Rytas, excuse me. No, Poulianitis. Rytas hasn't been back in the game since he turned it over. Well, I wouldn't call that horrible defense from Poulianitis. He was moving his feet. Normantas just makes 1 of 2. And it's a 14-point lead. Just wonder if Rytas Vilnius can nail a 3-pointer, if it might open the floodgates for them. But you could tell they are frustrated. This foul's going to put them on the free throw line. So Miro Bilan goes back to the charity stripe after being thrown to the ground by Evaldis Karras. And the big number 2 makes the first. And the second. Kind of feel like this is going to be, this is a season, a make or break game for Rytas Vilnius. I mean, they are in a great position, up 12 on the road. It's a win that they can get, and it's a win they need to get after starting 0-2. Normantas for 3. How about that, Rytas Vilnius? And again, everybody contributing tonight. 15 points back in the game. Passes over to Denman. Now Bilan. Oh, boy, putting up a crazy shot. Good hustle, Justin, but he can't control the basketball. And look at the emotion from Rytas Vilnius. They can taste it. They can sense it. This is a hot team. Going for their 2nd consecutive win over Peristeri in the Basketball Champions League. So about a 5-second difference on the game clock and the shot clock. Normantas, who just hit the 3-pointer, picks up the dribble, gets it to Karras. Here's Verratti. Good! The long 2. And Benedict Verratti has suddenly found his shot. And Denman's long jumper, no good from mid-court. And what a story is developing here with Rytas Vilnius. They lead at 71-53 at Peristeri. 1 quarter remaining. Six more makes inside the arc and a couple more made free throws. Look at that. The 9 missed free throws loom large for Peristeri. Well, that was a shot that, the way this game has gone, you're not surprised that it went in for Verratti. Rytas Vilnius winning the rebounding battle 35-24. And their coach talked about how the rebounds were going to be big. This is Varadi again. In terms of second chance points, 20 second chance points for Rytas Vilnius, 9 for Peristeri. Well, Rytas Vilnius came out and took care of business in that third quarter. I mean, it was clear that Peristeri were going to give them everything they had in that, the opening exchanges. And the toughness of Rytas Vilnius was on full display. And for this Peristeri team to come back tonight, boy, they have got a mountain to climb now. I mean, this is simply a game Rytas Vilnius has to win. I mean, you cannot recover if you blow a big lead like this for the rest of the season. You're leading 70-53. So Justin, Bilan, Francisco, Rytas, and Radonov on the court for Peristeri. It's very simple for them. They got to have points, stops, and they need to cut into this deficit immediately. Remember, Radonov back in. He's in foul trouble. He's got 4 fouls. Justin for 3. Not the shot I'm guessing that they're looking for. Francisco, yes. But they're 3. Normantas, Uletskas, Karis, Ejuris, and Varadi on the court now for Rytas Vilnius. Look at Normantas. A little bit of globe trotting there. Now Uletskas. Uletskas puts it in, gets rejected. But they used all 24 seconds on the shot clock. And Normantas, for some reason, commits a foul in the backcourt. So 4th foul on Normantas as well. So he checks out of the game. Foster back in. So he doesn't want to take the Justin. And just grazed the net. And it looked like the basketball grazed also the rim. Watch the ball. It's going to hit the rim. This will be a better angle. Looked like it barely got it, but it did get it. Points have dried up for Peristeri. Agravanis gets in. Good finish. Well, maybe that would be the start of a comeback. It's a 15-point game. Agravanis has had some big games in his career. Remember, he's got 4 fouls, as does Radonov. Varadi. Varadi, it opens up. He puts up a little runner. He gets it back, passes it back outside. He's got it for 3. You can count it. He's coming into form at the right time for Rytas Vilnius, the Hungarian. I mean, even I had my doubts that it was going to work for him with Rytas Vilnius, but in this game, in this second half, we're starting to see the real Benedikt Varadi. The hands are up from Karis. He forces a turnover. Here comes Rytas Vilnius on the break. The hustle and the putback is there from Falster. Look at him. Look at the emotion. And this is a Rytas Vilnius team right now, folks, that quite simply believes it can't lose. It is getting after it. Look at Alechkas. Push it. And then Falster there. And Karis hustling down as well. Timeout called by Peristeri.
Why everybody play like we play with Chicago Bulls? Why you respect them too much? Why? Why you don't go pick and roll? Take the pick and roll. Pass back. One more pass. Pick and roll. Attack. But don't swing the ball without reason. Attack opposite one time. Go inside. Make a pull-up too. Not only 3 and play up. We gave so many pull-ups. Why you afraid? Come on, guys. Come on, let's go. We played 44. Let's go.
So you look at the numbers there, and also, Benedikt Verratti, his season high coming into this game was 3 points against Herzliya. He had 2 points in the last game against Peristeri. He didn't score against Lenovo Tenerife. He's got 8 tonight. And it is clearly a Rytas Vilnius team that suddenly everything is working. All of these guys pulling together. Do they have shortcomings? Yes, but when you hustle, you play hard, and you play for each other, great things can happen, and that's what's happening. And it really feels like of the two teams tonight, they win. This is the type of performance he was looking for when he decided to leave Hungary to try something new. Otherwise, he'd been at his hometown club the whole time, Falco. And Radonov scores. Less than 7 minutes to go. It's a 20-point lead. It's going to take something special for Peristeri. Verratti. Williams to the corner, and Denman commits the foul on Williams. Dump down low to Ehudis, tries to make the pass. Great intelligent movement there by Williams, moving into space. And Beeline is so out of sorts that Falster, look at him hustling for the basketball. Now Francisco, open floor, gets it to Denman for 3. And that might be the trigger that they need. Makes it back, takes it back to a 17-point deficit and a timeout called. Evangelos Zugris in the game for Beeline, just 18 years of age. Had only played 6 minutes before tonight. It's been that kind of night for Beeline.
Press break, of course, into 2 up. Hey, when we had first action 2 up after press break, but later on we will play fist 5 or fist 4. If nothing happens after catch, big man use the pass back for the user and one more time set the big and again. We need to stay in the corners again with good space. Yes. Hey, now when we're shooting, don't over risk. Don't over risk with going on the crash. We need to get back. Okay. Hey.
Well, this game of the week is really giving us a lot of food for thought here. Denman, his three-pointer, just about gives Peristeri a chance to kind of feel something positive because they were reeling. Now, if they can hit a couple more shots, they might just start to believe in their chances again. Again, Francisco made the right decision. He gave it to Denman. And Denman does what Denman does. Made the three-pointer, although it's not something that this team has done much tonight. They're just 6 of 26 from three-point range. And they're just checking to make sure that it was a 3. So, in fact, it was indeed. In fact, they did not give him the 3. They gave him the 2. So they checked it, and it was only a 2. So break for Rytas, but I guess they asked him if they could check it during the timeout. Well, that's frustrating for Peristeri. Just coming up on the 6-minute mark. Williams, too deliberate in what he wanted to do, and Peristeri knew exactly what he wanted to do. Denman down low and going up and missing. Agravanis just kind of lost as he took off. Didn't know what he was doing. Entry pass. Ehodas goes up for the dunk. He misses. Whistle blows, and the 18-year-old called for the foul. Oh no, Agravanis. If it's Agravanis, he's gone. Yeah, it's Agravanis. Zugris came over, the 18-year-old, and Agravanis. Frustrating night on the hardwood for him. As Ehodas goes to the line and makes the first, Agravanis goes to the bench. 7 points, 3 rebounds, 5 fouls. Ehodas makes both free throws. And really, you think about in the young coaching career for Vasilis Spanoulis, he's facing some adversity now. This is the first big adversity he's faced, and Denman hitting the three-pointer. So that time it was a 3, and now it's a 17-point game. But if his team can't overturn this deficit, he's going to have his work cut out for him. Look at that. Great hustle. And then going back, Verratti comes up with the basketball, takes it away from Radonov, and Zugris commits the foul. Good job by Verratti anticipating. Great experience. You think about Zugris, 18 years of age. If he's playing in America, he's playing in high school. Here he's playing against grown men. What an opportunity. And this is why you see so many of these good European players. They grow up quickly over here. Radzavich just misses. Ehodas tries to throw it off of Peristeri, but it ends up with Denman. He's double teamed and fouled a long way from the basket by Foster. And with 4:50 remaining, just the second team foul on Rytas Vilnius in the 4th quarter. Not a bad foul at all. Justin spins, turns, gets in. Oh boy, that was a nice finish. And back to a 15-point game. Foster gets around Francisco. Ehodas turns on the young man. He's big for 18, isn't he? Looks like he spent some time in the weight room as well. Promising talent. So the ball goes out of bounds. It'll be Peristeri basketball. So if you want to know about Zugris, he did play at the FIBA Under-18 European Championship this past summer. Played 7 games, averaged just over 10 points and almost 7 rebounds per game. He also played at the Under-18 Challengers in 2021. So maybe a player to keep your eye out for. I'm really happy for Benedikt Verratti. It felt like he was struggling, but he kept his chin up, kept working hard, and tonight played a very important part for this Rytas Vilnius team. Uh-oh, look out! And there's Zugris! Give it up, big young fella. Number 35. It doesn't matter how old you are. If you're good enough, you're old enough. Don't make a mistake. Go up with 2 hands. So timeout. Let's go down to the bench.
And later on, we can go 11. But still now, until we have 4 fouls, we go 55, okay? We don't need to gamble. We just need to protect threes. Offensively, let's see what they're now doing on pick and rolls. Let's run 14, Spanish action, okay? Let's run 14 with Lucas. Okay, let's see what's going on. And then we will react. Hey, and play with the time also, Black. Come on, go.
In the game, guarded by Denman. So 13 points. This thing is far from over. And that's what's frustrating for Peristeri, is that you would commit that foul and put him on the line, but well, if Rytas Vilnius missed free throws, that changes everything. So back to a 14-point advantage. It's going to be Francisco launching it. Ehodas with the rebound and has a big miss. Just nothing worked on that offense on that time down the floor. And the skip pass doesn't skip anybody. It goes to Francisco. Denman for 3. Even if you put the ball on the deck and go to the basket, you know, you can still score, just chip away at that deficit with over 3 minutes, and you'll have a chance. Fredriksson passes back to Aletskis, now down low to Ehodas. Back to Normantas. He has to put up a prayer. He was alert. But it's almost as good of as a basket, because they used all 24 seconds on the game clock, on the shot clock rather. going to the basket to come back that way. And really, Spanulis will know he was a part of many teams, especially with Greece's national team, that faced unlikely comebacks. But there's enough time to do something special here. Here they go. Drive and gets to the free throw line. Good things happen when you get your feet wet. You can draw a foul. You can score. On this case, perhaps a tad fortunate that a foul was called that's put him on the line. So Francisco gets the 2, and it's back to a 12-point game. Get a steal and a quick bucket. It's a 10-point game, and it's game on again. Peristeri putting some pressure on, and I think this might be where Rytas Vilnius would be vulnerable. And they call the foul Radanoff, so he's gone. That's his 5th. Well, Rytas Vilnius had been shooting their free throws very well, but they're dropping steadily now. At least they're making 1 of 2. Their percentage now 20 of 28. So 71%. That's acceptable. Still a 13-point game. It's not over. You know they want to penetrate. That's the message from the coach. Here's Zugris. And follows up the miss, and Zugris gets it back. Now Denman, much better 3 if you're going to take that one, but misses badly. Wow. So the foul on Houston. Well, if you want to take anything positive out of this game for Peristeri, is they have gotten Zugris into the game, gotten him some experience. We have seen some good young players. And now we're going to see Fitros come in as well. So it's turning into a young man's game. Jonas Fitros into the contest, 18 years of age as well. He played 2 minutes in the last game in Vilnius. Zugris missing from the free throw line. So Rytas Vilnius with 1:44 remaining. Falster closing in on their 2nd consecutive victory in the Basketball Champions League, their 2nd consecutive victory over Rytas Vilnius, or excuse me, over Peristeri. Francisco for 3, good. Well, back to an 11-point game. Nice family atmosphere here tonight in Athens. And Verratti comes back in. And again, more than happy to just take time off the clock. Out to the wing. Zugris rebounds it to Kaselakis. And Justin tried to pass down low. Letskis gets it. Boy, you just feel like this thing is just out of reach for Peristeri now. They just have not been able to mount the comeback that seemed probable at halftime. Step back for Letskis. He must have stepped out of bounds. Nope, traveling was the call, so 38.6 seconds remaining, and Rytas Vilnius closing in on their second victory in the Basketball Champions League this season, their second victory over Peristeri, and they are alive and kicking in this group. And they will be, don't forget, Lenovo Tenerife, no doubt watching events tonight, knowing they will be alone in first place. And Rytas Vilnius, they are going to have a happy flight back home, getting this triumph over Peristeri. And a lot of work to do for Peristeri. They have gone off the boil. There's no doubt about it. Here in the game of the week is Rytas Vilnius winning it 82-71 over Peristeri in Athens. Well, you develop a habit of winning and it becomes momentum. And that's what Rytas Vilnius have right now. They have got momentum. They believe in themselves. And it's the whole thing about the sum. The whole is greater than the sum of the parts. And it's a beautiful thing to see if you're a Rytas Vilnius fan. This team coming together and giving themselves a chance. And, you know, for me, it's clear they were ready to go. They were ready. You know, when you're confident, you're playing well, you're believing in yourselves, you can't wait to get out and play the game. It was different players stepped up at different times. And now the players are doing what they have to do to reconnect with the fans. But you can't emphasize enough tonight that it was everybody pulling in the same direction. Now let's go down to the court and listen to Sylvain Francisco from Peristeri.
Rytas, for the second straight game, do you feel that this gives you even more motivation for the last two games of the group?
Of course, definitely. I'm not gonna say we didn't compete. I feel like we compete, but we just missing too many threes, and I think we wasn't too aggressive on the 2-point in the rack. So. But it motivates us because we got 2 games away, which is going to be hard. I wish we would win this one so we can at least slow down, but it's all good. We got good motivation. We're going to keep working and maybe have those at least 1 or 2 away.
It's too early after the buzzer, but what could you, if you could, what could you would change from this game for Peristeri? What you should have done better?
Just what we got to do is be more aggressive. I think they have a lot of offensive rebound. They have more than us. We got to be more dogs, and I think we just got to keep a one-on-one most of the time and be more aggressive on attack. On the offense, that's the only thing. But what matters is defense. If you don't compete in defense, we never going to win. So we just got to watch our game every single time and be better for the next games coming.
Thank you very much. Best of luck.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think really indicative that they weren't ready to go. 28 first quarter points by Rytas Vilnius. I mean, they outscored them 28-14. And really, that's on the coach, that's on the players, that's on everybody.
You got 2 wins against Peristeri. You played great. Was it an extra motivation that you competed against the team of Vasilis Panoulis?
Oh, I mean, that's always motivation, you know. Playing in Europe, you look up to somebody like that, such a legend, and the fact that I got to play against him and the time where he was a coach, it makes it even amazing for me.
How do you explain the transformation of your team from starting from 0-2, now getting 2 straight wins and having your luck on your hands for the qualification to the next phase of the BCL?
I think for us, we just kind of stayed together. You know, we didn't start off Champions League how we wanted to, and we just figured it out and stayed together as a team. And, you know, it's showing on the court for us.
Were you surprised that fans from Lithuania come all the way to Greece?
No, I'm not surprised. Every Champions League game we had on the road, they've always shown up for us, and, you know, that's what I love about our Rytas fans.
Thank you very much. Best of luck.
Thank you.
So looking at the numbers after the words from Marcus Foster, and well, both teams with 7 threes, but a higher percentage, obviously, for Rytas. The rebounding was big, 45-31. Peristeri did actually have 9 more steals, but they had a lot more missed free throws. Defensively, they weren't at the races in the early going, and that's what really cost them, I think. Francisco had a game-high 19 in defeat. Williams, 13. 2 of 11 of his 13 points coming in the first half. So as you look back at the plays here in the second half and just go over some of the other stats for you, 23 second chance points scored tonight by Rytas Vilnius to 11 for Peristeri. They led by as many as 22 points tonight. You know, those are big stats. Big stat. 28 points scored in the first quarter for Rytas Vilnius over Peristeri. I mean, they were getting what they wanted, making the extra pass, getting layup after layup after layup. And by the time they woke up, well, they were able to come back and close the gap. They pulled to within 2 points, in fact, with a basket at the start of the second half. But that was as close as they would get. And, you know, Verratti, it's great to see him play well. It's great to see Letskis play well. It's also great, if you're a Rytas Vilnius fan, to see Karis come out. I mean, he's, for me, you look at the stats and you're like, well, this guy, just another player, but he made some big plays tonight at important times. And Marcus Foster still, even though it wasn't his best game tonight, as you look at Denman hit that 3, or it was a 2, in fact, I think they called it in the end. Foster still came out and, you know, contributed to the tune of 12 points, 3 rebounds, and 1 steal. So Group H, after this week, Lenovo Tenerife up at the top, 3-1. Rytas Vilnius and Peristeri now 2-2. Rytas Vilnius in second place because of their superior head-to-head. And Herzliya, who lost to Tenerife last night, are at the bottom at 1-3. Well, Rytas Vilnius, it hasn't been a great start to the season at 0-2, but, well, what's the tonic for your misery? You want to play Peristeri. They played him twice. They beat him in Vilnius. They beat him in Greece. And right now, Rytas Vilnius becoming a factor in the Basketball Champions League. Can they continue to grow? Can Peristeri bounce back from 2 disappointing performances against the team from Vilnius, Lithuania?
Circle.